I always love hooking up with my boy, even though he went to Purdue. Jerry Palm of CBS Sports. Look at him. He's styling in his Boilermaker sweatshirt. And I got to tell you, I thought Smith looked great last night. Big win for them at Williams Arena, kicking the Gophers' ass on the road. Not easy to win on the road in the Big Ten, as you know.
It hasn't been easy for Purdue to win on the road, period. That was their first road win of the season. So it was a big kind of monkey off their back. Get that done early in conference play because there's going to be a lot tougher road games than that one coming up.
All right, so I want to go right into this seeding that you have already with your infamous bracketology. You've already started doing it. You're doing it twice weekly, Mondays and Fridays. And today you came out with some seeding. And I was looking in the Big Ten, and you have Oregon and Illinois at 3s, Purdue and UCLA at 6s, Michigan and Wisconsin at 7s, Michigan State at 8, Ohio State, Maryland, and Nebraska 9s. Is that right? And then Penn State, Iowa, and Northwestern. Penn State, Iowa's 10s, Northwestern 11. And you have completely macheted my Indiana Hoosiers out of the NCAA tournament.
They're close. I think they're the first team out, aren't they? Do you see that?
I don't know. I just saw.
I think I've got the first team out. Yeah, they haven't beaten anybody yet. You know, that's just it. That they haven't had a chance to play anybody. They don't have the kind of win that it needs to push them into this bracket. You know, it's funny. All of those Big Ten teams, you know, there's a couple of 3s, and then it's 6 through 10 is like a dozen Big Ten teams. Well, maybe not quite that many, but most of the Big Ten teams that I put in this bracket are between 6 and 10, and that made bracketing really hard because you got to try and keep these teams apart from each other in the bracket, at least for a little while. And I had to move a couple teams around to get that sorted out so the Big Ten wasn't playing each other. Also, 7 SEC teams among the top 4 seeds in the top 16 then in the bracket, and you also have to try and keep those teams apart as long as you possibly can. And so that was a lot of fun as well. The committee's going to have their hands full with those 2 leagues this year, trying to follow their bracketing rules even a little bit, with almost half the bracket, a third of it at least, being the SEC and the Big Ten.
So your top seeds are Auburn, Tennessee, Iowa State, and Duke. Your 2 seeds are West Virginia, Marquette, Alabama, and Kentucky. I think Auburn's the best team in the country, and I think they're better than Tennessee. Do you follow any of that rhetoric?
Yeah, they're my number 1 overall seed. So despite the fact that they lost to Duke, they're still my overall number 1 seed because I'm with you. I think they're the best team. They've got the best player. That Johnny Broome is a beast. I thought that, he got hurt right before they played Purdue, and it looked like he wasn't going to play. Well, he played, and boy, that team Purdue had no chance against Auburn, and Purdue's a pretty decent team, but, not like last year, but still pretty decent team. But Auburn just had their way with Purdue, and that's a guy that most teams are not going to be able to handle. Just like Purdue's guy in the last 2 years, Zach Eady was a player that most teams couldn't handle. Well, Broome's a different kind of a big, but still a player that most teams that Auburn faces are not going to be able to handle.
Yeah, I think he's good. He is not anywhere in the Zach Eady realm. I have to ask you
they're
about
different,
Zach.
too. They're different players.
But, Zach Eady would crank in his face. Come on, he's a monster. Now, all of the people that said that he was going to be terrible in the NBA, I was clearly not one of them. I hate Purdue, but I have said since day one, 2 years ago, I said it. This guy will be a star in the NBA simply because of his size and his ability to seal off defenders. I have never seen a guy use his ass better than him at sealing off and finishing with mini hooks and inside. I've never seen a guy that big hit that many free throws. He can shoot threes. His numbers with the Grizzlies have been phenomenal. Who's laughing now? What do you think of his pro career so far? I think it's been outrageously good.
Yeah, he missed a month with an ankle injury, but when he's played really well, and it's getting better. And, you're right. He's big, he's strong, he's violent as you can be in basketball, but also he's got soft hands, and he's got a smooth shot, and he's always had that. It's just, it's just gotten better. And remember, this is only his 8th year of playing basketball. So he's still picking up the nuances of the game.
Crazy.
So his ceiling is really high, and it has to be because otherwise he's got to duck under it.
What did you think of West Virginia's win at Fog Allen? I thought it was enormous. You have them as a number 2 seed, deservedly great pick by you. And what did you think of that game? And then we'll ask you about the Final Four in college football.
Well, that's huge for West Virginia. I mean, Kansas hasn't really been 100% sharp this year, but they still, especially at home, they're still Kansas. And to go in there and get a win is going to be a big gold star on their resume all season long. And that's going to pay off for them if they continue to play well. It'll pay off for them. It'll be a 1 seed line win for them when they get to the NCAA tournament at the end. That's a huge win for West Virginia.
So let's look at, I got a minute respectively. What do you think of these 2 semifinals? Notre Dame and Penn State up first in the Orange Bowl, and then Ohio State and Texas at Jerry's World on Friday night.
Yeah, I like Penn State to beat Notre Dame, but that's going to be a low scoring game because both of those teams are built on their defense, and I trust Penn State's offense more because I think it's a little more versatile than the Notre Dame offense. But Notre Dame is really playing well, and this is not the Notre Dame that we saw early in the season lose to Northern Illinois. They've really been sharp. They're a little banged up, though. I think Penn State's a little more healthy, so I like them. The Ohio State team that beat Tennessee is the best team in college football. And then they went out and just did that again to Oregon. Texas is really going to have their hands full. Unless Ohio State takes a step back, I don't see how anyone beats in this semifinal or the final.
Yeah, there's no one better than Jerry Palm. Great stuff, Jerry. I can't wait to talk college rack with you after the football's done and we can get into some serious hooping. Always great to see you, my friend. Screw the Boilermakers. Happy New Year, though. I love you.